Hi everyone, my name is AJ Rousell and welcome to this very short video series we're calling the Practice Proud series. This is in association with Prologix practice pads, and the idea is to give a bit of an overview of some of the VRT range of pads that I've got and some exercises that I find go really well with the pad that I'm using. The joy with the VRT range of pads, which is the variant resistance training pads, is every single pad, depending on the colour, has a different level of resistance. So depending on what I'm wanting to work on can depend on the pad I choose to use. So the pad we'll be looking at today is the Blue Lightning pad. This pad probably became one of my favourites for practicing at home, if I'm practicing late at night, or just for general muscle building and kind of resistance training. This pad's great because it's probably one of the more resistant ones. There is another more resistant one. This one's definitely up there. So the reason the Blue Lightning is so resistant and kind of gives you a bit more of a workout is it has the same open cell rubber blend that Prologix use for their pads, but it also has this very durable fabric coating on top. So what it does is it eliminates a lot of the rebound you'd get just from a rubber pad. Because of that, you're left with a pad that really makes you work, but it's also super quiet, which is great. So all in all, it's a really cool pad. I've really enjoyed using it. Same as always with Prologix stuff. The birch plate that it's on, I think, looks great. It also has the recycled rubber bottom, which stops the pad moving around and slipping around, but also gives you another surface to play on if you want. This pad also involves the black hoop around the pad to practice rim shots and rim clicks if that's what you need to be working on. So an exercise that goes really well with the Blue Lightning for me is something that works on my double strokes. It's quite easy to play double strokes on surfaces with a lot of rebound. So if you have a very highly tuned snare drum or even just a practice pad that's just rubber, you'll always get a lot of response from that. And playing double strokes on a surface with lots of response, the stick and the pad are doing a lot of the work for you. So I'm not saying that practicing on that sort of pad or that surface isn't super helpful. It will be. But what can happen is you can lead yourself into a false sense of security on how good your doubles actually are. When you then come to the drum kit and we're trying to play double strokes on toms, especially the big tom, or a fairly low tuned snare drum, you suddenly realise your doubles maybe aren't as good as you thought they were. So this is where the Blue Lightning pad could be really helpful because it's not the most responsive of pads. There's a lot of resistance and you have to really work to make this stuff happen. When you then get back onto a drum kit, onto your big tom, and you want to play double strokes, this pad will probably help you be able to do that. So this is a fairly simple exercise, but it's one that's really going to push our double strokes. So the idea behind it is we're going to play straight 16ths, but we're going to put 4 accents within that bar of 16th notes. Super simple. We're going to play on the 2 and the and of 2, and the 4 and the and of 4. Every other 16th is super quiet. So ghost noted 16ths, 1 eana, 2 eana, 3 eana, 4 eana, 2 in the and of 2, 4 in the and of 4, loud notes. So that on its own sounds like this. We're definitely not blowing the mind of drumming at the moment. This is very simple deliberately. But like I said, this is meant to be working on our double strokes. Well, at the moment we haven't used any. So this is where we're going to start incorporating this now. What we're going to do is the accents stay in the same place. 2 and of 2, 4 and of 4. But all the ghost notes, we're now going to double up to 32nd notes. So in my head, I still kind of count this the same. I still count it as 16ths. I just double every single unaccented note. So nice and slow, it would sound like this. And then obviously if we're working the right side of our body, we also want to work the left-hand side. So then you can kind of push this exercise as well, do one bar without the doubles and then do the second bar with the doubles and try and feel the difference when you turn the double strokes on and off. Like with all this stuff, going for speed is part of the goal and you want to try and get this faster, but you want to get this accurate. We're trying to go for that technique to get both double strokes to come out pretty much the same volume. For me, I'm kind of using a bounce snap kind of idea. I'm bouncing the first stroke and then with my back fingers, I'm snapping the stick back down for the second stroke. So I'm getting this bounce, snap, bounce, snap. There's other words for that technique: push, pull, bounce, snap, drop, catch. It's kind of the same idea. Bounce the first stroke, snap the second stroke however you want to. So if you want to loop this exercise so you end up working both sides of your body without stopping, you just need to find a sticking to use on beat 4 that means you switch to the other hand. So it could be something like using the first half of a paradiddle on beat 4, right, left, right, right. Well, now my left hand's up in the air, I can start the whole exercise again. You could do a double paradiddle. You could do triplets as singles, so 4 triplet on the end, left hand's up in the air. Well, I can now start the whole exercise again and then switch back to the right when I need to. So for me, I like using the double paradiddle. I think it has a really nice feel to it. Double paradiddle is just right, left, right, left, right, right. So whole exercise straight through sounds something like this. So it's a fun exercise, it's fairly simple, but what we're going for with the Blue Lightning pad is having that extra resistance means you have to really work for those doubles. If you can make your double sound good on a pad like this, well, when you get onto a snare drum that's got a fair amount of response to it, well, you'll be flying, you'll be effortless. But it means when you're also playing on slightly bigger drums that are lower tuned, like Big Tom, well, then you end up having the technique to be able to really work that, and it's not going to totally stump you and kind of trip you up as you're going. So I hope you found that helpful. As always, check out Prologix Percussion to see the various pads they've got. Tune in for the next video where I'll be looking at another pad and giving another exercise to go with it. Hope everyone's staying safe and hope to catch you all soon.